So you started a YouTube channel and you've uploaded a couple of videos. The first videos did okay. You got subscribers and you were excited. But after that, your growth dropped suddenly like a paratrooper whose power should fail. And now you are wondering if your channel is just dead. But your channel isn't dead. It got scored. And the worst part is this. You don't even know the test your channel failed. But when your channel failed, YouTube quietly decided not to push it anymore. But if you follow my solution in this video, your channel will start to grow again organically. There's a lot of advice on YouTube. Just be yourself, niche down, post consistently, use AI in your workflow to grow quickly like the big creators. But when you do all of this without understanding, you end up confused and stuck. Because the first thing you should study if you really want to grow your channel are the rules of the game. YouTube isn't a free-for-all platform. There are rules for everything, and everyone calls these rules the algorithm. If you don't study them properly, you will play content like a footballer who doesn't know the rules of the game, and that's how you get a red card. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the most important part of the algorithm, and I believe based on my own experience and how I have grown this channel, it's YouTube's EEAT system. Every letter represents something the algorithm is measuring every time you create a new channel or you upload content to your channel. And they openly acknowledge this system, but it's hidden to you because you think all you need to do is make videos. And unfortunately, that's not the case. Especially now that AI can spit out content with so much speed. If you don't understand what the algorithm truly wants, your channel will be classified as AI slow, even when your ideas are original. So I'll break down each part of this system. I will explain what each letter means and the rules your channel must follow if you truly want to grow. The last alphabet in this system, the T, is the most important part of the algorithm. And once you understand it, you will change how you create content totally. So the first pillar of this system is experience. And this means the algorithm is watching for first-hand knowledge. Information isn't expensive anymore, obviously because of AI. So everyone is saying the same thing on YouTube. And the algorithm has to differentiate between those who have walked the walk and know what they are talking about from those who are just repeating information from AI. And now you're probably thinking, it's not their business if you have experience or not. And that's true for you. But when you think about it, YouTube is a business. They spend a lot of money hosting millions of content all year round. It's not beneficial for them to prioritize cheap repetition and AI content factories. And the viewers also don't benefit if everyone is saying the exact same thing. Because ultimately, it's the viewers that YouTube cares about. And the viewers leave sections quickly when they don't get real value. So how do you prove your experience? Number one, use original materials in your content. If you are talking about something practical, then show yourself doing it. Since anyone can generate anything with AI, and sometimes even for free, the most unique thing about you right now is you. The second way to pass the experience measurement is don't claim to be a guru, because that's AI specialty. If you do this, you're going to get that. There's a lot of that floating around. Instead, tell your story in form of a case study and show your failures and the lessons you learned, because that's the only thing that AI can't replicate right now, and it's what makes you human. The second pillar of the algorithm is expertise, and this means the algorithm is testing for depth. If you're just giving generic tips from ChatGPT in your content, that's the reason you are failing this test, because viewers want deep analysis on why and how something works based on your experience and not just what that thing is. There are two ways to communicate your expertise on YouTube, and they are opposites of each other, but either one will work if you do it correctly. The first one is to write your own script, because the algorithm is punishing everything that sounds repetitive. It's transcribing your entire video to know if you are saying anything unique at all. So writing by yourself is your only true advantage. And the great thing about writing is it lets you tell your own story in your own unique way, so you don't sound like everyone else. But I'm not saying don't use AI for your ideas at all. I'm saying you can use it for research. You can use it to get bullet points, but don't let it write your final script. Now, to be fully transparent with you guys, there are certain prompts like this one here that some creators are using to generate scripts that sounds like a human wrote it. But to me, it's just easier and more original to write by yourself, because the algorithm can still detect the robot in that GPT script. The second way to pass the expertise measurement is to not use a script. And this is the most difficult thing for many creators, to talk to the camera without planning every single word. Only charismatic people can pull it off successfully, and even then, it's because they have years of experience on that topic. But if you choose this route, it will pay off massively after about 50 to 100 videos, because the more you practice speaking naturally, the better you get. And the best thing about not using a script is this: it satisfies all 4 pillars of the algorithm right now, because creators are blowing up and getting thousands of views with every upload, and all they do is walk and talk videos. Sometimes they are just sitting, standing somewhere in nature, and they are just speaking. The third pillar of the algorithm is authority, meaning it's testing your reputation. And the algorithm measures this test not only by how viewers respond to your content, but with every information you put in your bio and your video description. If your channel signal don't match your content, your authority score is almost zero and your channel doesn't grow. The first way to pass this test is to leverage your qualifications outside of YouTube. So if you're on social media and what you do is relevant to your content on YouTube, place the link in your bio. If you run a business and YouTube is just your funnel, show your client reviews. And if you've ever written a book or you've done anything that gives credibility to your content, you can use it to show your authority. But for some of us who are not social media people, or what you do is different from your content on YouTube, you haven't lost the game yet, because with every video you upload on YouTube, you are building your data and your reputation. The second way to pass this test is by niching down, because if you talk about everything, you are a master of nothing. So pick one problem and provide the solution. And this doesn't reduce your creativity, because what truly matters is how that problem connects to other ideas. For example, I could talk about lighting in one of my videos, and that doesn't make me a professional videographer, but the idea is connected to the problem I'm trying to solve. So my reputation score, it compounds. The fourth pillar of the algorithm is trust, and this is the foundation of the entire algorithm. There's a reason why creators like Ali Abdo and Sandeep Swadia can be trusted by the algorithm. They have a proven track record that viewers can see. They both leverage their credentials to earn the trust of viewers, and so the algorithm trusts them too. But that doesn't mean you must have a successful career first before the algorithm can trust your channel, because there's only one way to pass the trust test on YouTube, and that is consistency. The more valuable content you have, the more the viewers you attract, and the more the algorithm can trust you too. So all you need to do is stay consistent and put in the reps. That's how you earn thousands before you get to millions of distribution for your content. And the best thing about starting from scratch with no credentials, even though it's hard, the trust you build is more respected, because people naturally like the underdog who succeeds more than the one with an advantage. So with all this information about the EEAT system, you may be thinking already, the algorithm has become the viewer. And I understand that sentiment to some extent, but you are wrong. It's measuring most of these parameters based on how viewers react. But some of it has to decide even before they react, and that's okay too. Because if you are the coach of a football club, you don't feel the player who isn't performing out of pity. You put him on the bench until he proves his worth. And to me, that's a good decision, because it means YouTube isn't killing your channel. It has the performance threshold for everyone. So to recap, your channel isn't dead, it's failing, because the algorithm is testing your experience, your expertise, your authority, and your trust. The hidden score from that test determines how well your content is distributed, and therefore how fast your channel grows or dies. To pass this test, use original materials in your content and show your unique journey. Write your own script and simply perform it instead of writing with AI, or don't use the script at all. That's the winning strategy, but it's a difficult one. Use your credentials outside of YouTube to your advantage and solve the same problem with every upload. And lastly, stay consistent in providing value. But if you're still getting just a few views after every upload, watch this video next. I'll break the myth about CTRO and low views, and you will discover the real reason your video dies after every upload. I'll see you there.